And the proper faith is faith in the deep pleasures and meanings.
And so, yes, and I'd add one other thing to that, which is and a faith that the recognition of the depth is telling you something.
Yeah, well, so I've been trying to puzzle through what depth means, technically, let's say. So, in the scientific literature, your work is deeper. That's one way of thinking about it. The more other people cite it. So it's a dependency network, right? So here's a definition of depth. More ideas are dependent on a deep idea than the number of ideas that are dependent on a shallow idea.
Absolutely.
So it's like criticality, right? Yes. So you can imagine a web of presumptions with some presumptions at the fundament.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that religious axioms are the deepest fundaments.
Yes.
And I think we could say that by definition. And here's part of the reason.
At the very least, they speak to the deepest fundamentals.
Well, but I think that's part of, and this is where it gets complex again, that's part of the evidentiary structure. You know, if you have a profound aesthetic sense, and so some things move you deeply. And in principle, those are profound things. The reason they move you deeply is because they shift large sections of your perceptual and conceptual structure simultaneously, rather than the shallow things, which are evanescent and irrelevant. And so, and I think as well that we do in fact feel movement in the depths.
So, yes. I mean, you of course you know it when you feel it. I mean, that's why music as an art form is so extraordinary, because it speaks to a depth that speech can't do.
Right.